to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? We have so many things to do today that I'm not really sure where to begin. We do have a few problems around the base and well, let us start with ore processing. If you guys remember last episode we did manage to automate sand, gravel and dust, and today we need to start working on endstone, netherrack and soul sand. And yes, I made a hammer. For this purpose we're going to need 3 drawers. And somehow we need to get a few upgrades. I guess we go with iron. Don't have a choice. Just to be able to keep everything neat and clean, what we're going to do is that we're going to make a few phantom faces. At this very moment we don't have an empowerer, but we did manage to get a few empowered crystals from the dungeon loot. You know, from the dragons. So can we have like 4? Yes. Is there anything left? Yeah, I know it's not connected. Don't you worry. We're gonna hook up the sieves to the empowerers like so. XNet is being finicky, this is why I'm doing it like this. And if we manage to pump in something into these blocks, they will go inside the sieve, correct? We shall have 3 drawers. 1 for crushed endstone, 1 for crushed netherrack, and 1 for soul sand. So we need to be able to feed these sieves using the crushed netherrack and endstone and soul sand, correct? I have already locked the drawers, they do have a few upgrades, and there is an ender chest on top. We are doing this because the docking station from Dank Null is not craftable. So here's the plan. We're going to have a pouch, we're going to link it, we're going to go to the end. Hello. And of course we're just going to hammer down endstone, like so. The hammer kind of broke. But it's fine, I have the reinforcement upgrades. Now this should be unbreakable? Yeah, we should be able to dump everything inside the pouch like so. And yeah, they are being picked up, but I have the upgrades on me. So it's not gonna be the fastest thing in the world. Until we manage to get into mystical agriculture, well, this is going to be the plan. Unless there is a recipe that I missed, this is not gonna happen. Yeah, there's really not that many options, which are going to be faster than this. I'm finally back home, and yeah, we do have a decent supply of endstone. So are these sieves getting them? Oh, lovely. And we're getting uranium. I have also gathered some soul sand as well as some netherrack over here. And we're producing every single resource that we're going to need. That is great. But there are a few points. For example, I'm extracting uranium, I'm putting it inside an induction smelter, I'm providing it with sand, and there is like a 5% chance that we get rich slag, which is going to be very useful for us later on. The items that we're getting from sifting soul sand and the items that we're getting from sifting crushed endstone, they have to be imported to our system directly. They don't require any processing, so we can just have some conduits and 1 ender chest. Now comes our next problem, storage. We're running out. Well, first things first, we're going to need a few speed upgrades for the import bus. Yeah, I guess 2 for the moment should be fine. Good, we're keeping up with the production. So in order to expand our storage, we do have the inscriber, but I'm really lazy to use it. There are other alternatives from advanced rocketry. If you want to be able to make the different circuits, this is the default recipe, but if you use a cutting machine, it's gonna be way easier. And then for assembling them, this is the recipe. So there are like 2 machines that we need to make, and they do have a bit of a problem. We need to have elite plating. Elite plating requires something called crystal binder, and that requires calcium sulfate. And since this is nuclear craft, you guys already know the rabbit hole. Calcium sulfate comes from calcium sulfate solution, which comes from sulfuric acid and fluorite water. Awesome. And fluorite comes from a rock crusher with diorite, so we need a bit of automation. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't really think the rock crushers are going to happen this episode, so what I did is that I made a storage rack from Industrial Renewal. I could have just used chests, but this looked cooler. And I have emptied the odd items from our applied energistic system. I have also noticed that we have a sieve efficiency. So let us put it on the iron stiffened mesh so that we will get uranium a bit faster. Is it faster? Ooh. What is this? I just wanted to mention, I'm not seeing that much uranium. The chance is garbage. And in order for automations and rock crushers to happen, we're going to need to generate more RF. What the hell am I doing here? Good question. When I was setting up my mob farm, I forgot about the most important mobs, basalts and blazes. So I have traveled 2000 blocks away from home, I have found a mountain biome, and here we should be able to get some blazes. Actually, that is good. We're getting basalts. So where would you get a blaze? Well, here you get blaze. And here you get basalts? How does it work? It's the same biome. I mean, that really would work fine for me. We would be able to hit 2 birds with 1 stone, get blazes and basalts. We just have to make sure. So, we see blaze, we see a jerk, and we see basalts. Oh, I just went back home to grab a few materials, and I just wanted to double check. Here, we're going to get basalts, correct? Here, we're going to get blaze, and more blazes. Okay, so it seems in the quagmire, we're going to get basalts. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot to bring building material. As usual, this is an 11 by 11 mob farm. Here is a drop of evil. We just cover it and hope for the best. Well, these are not the mobs that I'm looking for. I'm just saying. I just remembered that I forgot to bring some conduits. We extract, and you go to the main ender chest. After ages and ages and ages of waiting over here, I got a Blizz Rod. And it just got voided. So on a very positive note, at least we know it works. In theory. Well, in theory it works, in practice we're getting negligible amounts of rods, and that's a no bueno. The problem is that we do need the dust from thermal expansion in very large quantities in order to progress, and especially cryotium dust. Well, yes, you do need it in order to make the upgrades, but I mainly want it in order to make the cryotium coolers for our reactors. And getting one every 5 minutes is not really gonna cut it, so what we're going to do is that we're going to start spawning them. We are getting essence, it's not much, but we should be able to have a few spawners. The problem is the recipe of the mob duplicator. It doesn't look that bad, correct? But when you look at the signalum cell frame, this is the recipe. It's not that bad, yes. But this is the recipe for an empty frame. This is the recipe for the reinforced frame. Again, the empty one, and voila. So let us figure out how we want to do this. Well, first off, I have flattened out this area. There was a huge mountain, and we're going to use this area for our reactors. And yes, we need to have a few so that we also get Californium. Once we have a central power station, we can build our base around it, but for the moment, garbage machines it is. So I guess the first thing that we have to do is to make a stupid Empower. Don't have a horrible recipe. Thank you. I hate making the Empower, even in a mod pack which is not an expert mode. Oh, wait a minute. Literite crystals. I forgot to check how much do we have. 45. Do a few more runs, I guess. Okay, let me craft the Empower and see where we stand. Thank you. I just unlocked the quest line for actually additions and we got a ton of quests. I haven't crafted any of those, we just looted them. But very good, we have a few energy cell frames. Now we need to start empowering it, which after getting a bunch of stuff should be a relatively easy job. Come on. Oh, we're not keeping up with the power. That's a problem. It doesn't really show you in the Empower recipe, but according to the JEI, we need 10 million RF. So, yeah. Well, at least the power is keeping up with 2 RTGs. I just wanted to mention, it has been a few minutes. I literally just cut the video and it got finished. Okay, so what the hell do we do with this? Oh boy. I have prepared a bunch of materials, we have 7 hardened cell frames and 1 is being prepared. Apparently the next step is to infuse it with lumium, which doesn't go in. Why you no go in? Oh, that's not it. Yes, we need to convert it into reinforced and then infuse it with lumium? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Just in case you're wondering, that takes ages. The first reinforced cell frame which is full. How much lumium does it take? Probably not that much. So now we need to upgrade it to signalum, we need rosin, we need rich slag which we already got, and we need cinnabar. I was thinking ahead, I know. Yeah, I was thinking ahead. We only have 1 cinnabar. There is no way it can go into the trash. So what if we make the auxiliary sieve? That should increase the secondary output. You can have 2 of them. Interesting. You can also craft cinnabar, but I don't really think it's gonna happen. I have like 1 Blizz Rod. Still the 1. Just saw 1 being processed. And it's not going into the system. If you look at the uses for cinnabar, it has no uses, correct? But I think if you cook it, it will give you quicksilver? Yeah. Oh, you jerk. Fine, we get a few manually. Yeah, way easier. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all we need. 4 of them. But the rosin part seems to be the easiest one. I just made a sawmill from thermal expansion. We were awarded a few upgrade kits, so why the hell not? There is a resin funnel that will help us to get some resin. Then we're going to have a fractionating still. And I also made the reflux column, meaning that it's going to be more efficient if we add the kit first. Voila. So if we cut wood, we should get some rosin. Wait a minute. This is sap. And resin comes from other trees, not oak. My bad. This is spruce, yes. Spruce will do. So if we cut the spruce, we get resin. Resin goes over here. We get rosin and we get tree oil. I need 3 or 4 mob duplicators, so we need 8 of them. That's it. So while everything is cooking up, we might as well try to make a buffer for essence. Double compressed cobblestone. These are expensive. Thankfully, I have been making some stone burnt. Lovely. After getting a few dense iron plates, these should be 3 iron drums. And I'm assuming if I have not done anything wrong, 1 reinforced large drum. How much is the capacity? I think it was 6,000 buckets. So for the moment, you go over there and we shall extract the essence. Lovely. Oh, it's only 4,096 buckets. It's not bad. Again, if I have not done anything wrong, we can upgrade the frame cells into signalum. We need only 4. And then we need 160 blocks of redstone. So in an induction smelter, we can convert it into the frame that we want. You see? 40 blocks of redstone. And it takes ages. Then I have been gathering some materials, and if I have not done any miscalculations, this should be 4 mob duplicators. Lovely. That should be a quest. You have grown. Nice. Now we need to gather some samples. I have already caught a blaze, and I have also made the different dolls, Blitz, Basalts, and Bliss. Seems we have to put them inside Pyrotium. No? Some of them into Pyrotium? Where do you go? Oh, which water? Okay. I did not break all the barrels, that is good. Hello. And hello. And finally... the wrong one. Oh, that was an Enderman. I made the wrong doll, I'm sorry. Yeah, Blaze also is in Pyrotium. Hello. We have all 4 of them. We have the mob duplicators, we have the essence, now we need a killing mechanism. And for that, we need to do a bit of Thaumcraft. But just a bit, nothing too crazy. Yes, I know. We have our Essentia Smeltery. There is an arcane crafting engine. Oh boy, not gonna happen. We make a few warded jars, we convert them into void. Obviously we sleep. And what we need to do right now is to get some liquid death. Amazing. Hello boys, just need some slime, a bit more maybe. That should give me alchemia, that's it. It's always a good idea to label your jars. So there you go, we're just getting aqua. Amazing. Yeah, you do have a bit of alchemia. Come on. It has been maybe an hour later and I had to do a few gizmos with Thaumcraft, and I'm really glad we did because now we would be able to get into infusion. Not today, maybe next episode. But I ran into a bit of a problem which I do not fully understand. Once you consume V in a chunk, it's not regenerating. I have also added thermic augmentation to the mod pack, and this is a V generator and it's not having any effect. So once you craft something, you have to move the bench. I honestly don't really get it, but here's what we're gonna do. We have some Silas Mundus. Come on, convert. Thank you. We have an emptying Essentia transfuser, which I don't really remember where it goes, but I think we can put it in the back. And in order to make liquid death, we are going to need 3 Essentias: Perdicio, Alchemia, and Motus. Maybe I could have crafted everything by hand, but I'm guessing this is going to be less messy. So we put the bucket in. We want you. Are you importing? Uh-oh. Did it have to go in the bottom? This is why you should not take a break. You don't remember anything. What if we use pipes? Is it because you're missing a heat source? Oh, okay. That explains. Come on, give me liquid death. Please, please. I'm so excited. Thank you. Hello? Anybody home? Don't fight it. Please. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the purple fluid. Amazing. Oh, he was a human. Anyways, this is how we're going to kill the blizzards. And we're out of something. Oh, don't you worry, we have another jar which goes over here. And the rest of this is going to be easy, I just need a few buckets, that's it. We have all the buckets of liquid death, we have the mob duplicators, and that is where we're going to set up the mob farm. We don't really have to do it like this, but I just wanted to make it fancy. We will have 4 chambers at this very moment. Each chamber is going to get a bucket of liquid death, like so. And just to make sure that the mobs are not going to get out, we're going to cover it with fused quartz. Also just to indicate that mobs are going to be spawned and which chamber is active, because we want to be able to control it with redstone, we're going to use some lamps with controllers from actually additions. I mean, I'm assuming that's how it works. Yes, because you know, if you use a lamp without a controller, what you need to do is to right click with an empty hand. With the controller, you can give it a redstone signal. Since we have cyclic, there should be a wireless redstone. Yep, this is the transmitter, let us have 4 of them, and 4 receivers. We are going to use an ender tank in order to transfer the essence to the mob farm. And this is the part where I really have to try and see if it works, so let us give it a test. So you are Mr. Blizz, Mr. Basalts, Mr. Blitz, and Blaze. I just made some enhanced energy conduits. This should be enough in order to transfer the power. We have some energy upgrades. We don't want to go that crazy. We have 6 plutonium RTGs, so they should get power. Good. And you know, the stupid ender tank. So if we extract the essence, yes, we are operational. The mob duplicators are going to be active whenever they receive a redstone signal. We have the wireless receiver here, we'll link you. This is the transmitter, and if we put you over here and give you a redstone signal, we should have a blizz. No, well, you're doing something. Do you need an extra space? Yeah. Okay, that was the problem. But yeah, essentially, that's basically what we're going to do. Let's turn it off first. Funny enough, we did not get a single rod. What? I'm not really sure if I'm being stupid or not, but liquid death is supposed to give you the mob drops as well. Not just the stupid crystals. Because I did get inferium, I did get sulfur, just not the rod. So, hello. Yeah, you get rotten flesh, and you get everything else. You see? That's leather. Wait a minute, what if we drop the liquid death and drop the rotten flesh inside? Is it gone? No? Okay, we try something else. Well, I went to the other mob farm that we made 2000 blocks away and I did bring the mob crusher. So now we seem to be operational. I don't really know what was wrong with liquid death, maybe it doesn't work with the mobs from thermal expansion. But if we flick the lever, we should get all the mobs. Blazes are over there. You see? We're getting all the mobs. And the only thing that I have to do is to hook up the indicator lights. We're also going to have some decorations in the form of pipes. But let us hook up the indicator lights first. Just to save on some cabling, I'm just going to use redstone torches like that. We invert the signal. So one redstone torch, another one over here, so the signal is inverted. And if I'm not wrong, one redstone piece. Like so. I have hooked up all the lamps. Do they work? I hope so. Yep, that is lovely. I guess this is all for the best, at least we're recycling some of the essence. And the most important part is, we have police powder, finally. I have hooked up the mob crusher down there and we're using the same storage network that we're using for our mob farms. I had to switch some of the drawers and yeah, we're getting the rods. So at least I can make one reactor, hopefully. Oh, and by the way, I'm not really sure if I showed you or not, but the pipes are decorational. They don't do anything, I just thought it looks cool. I'm just sad about liquid death. And I believe someone has to pay. Hello, Nitwit. And bye-bye. Yeah, I guess you too. And the snake. We did all of that in order to expand our reactors, make a network, and get californium as well as a decent supply of power. Because here's the point, if we go inside our reactor, you might notice that we only have redstone coolers and some helium coolers. These guys are pretty complicated, you have to make a puzzle, and it's not very efficient. However, a cryotium cooler just has to be adjacent to at least 2 reactor cells. So it just makes everything so much easier because we just have to make a checkerboard pattern. There's another cooler which is called Indirium cooler and we have to make a bit of that. Oops, didn't want to do that. We want resonant ender. And maybe some upgrades. So I have some lead platinum alloy. We infuse it with resonant ender. And we get Indirium. Honestly speaking, I think the reactors are going to be a bit more complicated than what we had in Project Ozone 3. But we will see. It's just that we're out of ender pearls and it's not great. Well, we got another half a stack, that is good. The reactor that we have has 20 cells, it consumes thorium and it gives us 7,200 RF. Once the TBU fuel is depleted, we get uranium which we can use in order to make the LEU fuel lighting, but we also get neptunium. That seems to be another route in order to get californium, which I think that's what we're going to try. It's not really going to affect what we're going to do today, because today we're just going to make the TBU reactor, another one. So the reactors inside is going to be a 5x5, therefore we can have 4 Indirium coolers like so. Those go in the corner, so cryotium cooler like so. Now this is a valid cooler. We can have more like so, and maybe something in the middle? I'm not really sure if it's going to be something valid. Let's give it a test. Or does it have to be taller than this? Huh, this is valid. So just out of curiosity, if I give you the TBU fuel and turn you on, are you gonna explode? No, we're good. How much power was it? 4,000. If that is the case, we shall go bigger. This is exactly the same pattern, the only difference is that now it has an internal space of 5x5 by 3 tall. So if we turn you on... Holy, 30,000 RF! Wow, I mean 30,000 RF is decent. Anyways, as I have already mentioned, due to the lack of resources that we have at this very moment in order to expand our power station, this is our maximum progress for today. However, there's one more thing that I don't really mind doing, and that is the ore miner. You know, from environmental tech. And I don't really remember which was the hard part. This is a block of diamond, that is easy. We need 4 literite blocks. That should have been the expensive part. What the hell? Why do you have to be so expensive? Why do you have to be brass? 3 aluminium, 1 copper, and it's nighttime every 5 seconds. And I have no idea what the hell was I doing here. But very good, we're getting aluminium brass. That's it? No. So some modifier components, some connectors, hopefully a bit more connectors. That gives us 2 interconnect. And now comes the hard part, the diode. Empowered void crystal. Oh, we have it. And we had only 9. Great. We shall have the lens. And voila. No. Oh, we need the iridium reinforced plate. So there you go. I'm not sure if that's a quest, but here is the diode. And here is the stupid controller. Perfection at its finest. Wait a minute. Why you are not a quest? Oh, it's fine for the quest to count. We just need the 1. So there you go. Come on, count. Thank you, thank you. So I'm not really sure how this used to work. It's been such a long time. That's not how it worked. Did you have a guide or something? Or you just left click? You don't right click. My bad. And we do have enough literite. Last time that we were playing Enigmatica 2, was this stupid structure this expensive? I have no idea if this is just me or it was supposed to be this expensive. Well, 24 structure frames. What is the rest? Oh my goodness, more connectors. I mean, I just wanted to tell you that I used to have 6,000 tin ingots and now we have 2,000. And unfortunately, we're out of signalum. Fine, it's relatively cheap to craft, don't you worry. I'm really not gonna lie to you, this felt very expensive. And I think we also have to dig until bedrock? Yes, bedrock, without any lava. So, if I'm not wrong, this should have been like 4 blocks tall. We'll make it 5, just in case. And I just checked, yeah, this is the miner. Not the resource miner. So we remove the garbage, assemble the miner. You cannot have Lashmak and false in the same sentence, you stupid idiot. You need 4,000 RF. My goodness. Actually, I do have a good plan. Depends if we can make the crystal binder. Yes, we can. We have some draconic evolution energy crystals that should be able to transfer the power. You're the energy crystal, right? Yes. So you're gonna be on output. Here is the crystal. We connect you to you and to you. Yes, it's charging up. Give me a crate. Please. No. I have cut most of it out of the video, but it's one of those days that I'm out of everything. Anyways, here's the stupid crate. We just put you next to the controller and we should get some ores. Yes! Our first diamond! And redstone. You're amazing. How many channels does the energy crystal have? 16. It's not the best. But I'm assuming we should be able to start making the draconic cores. Elite plating, crystal binder, calcium sulfate. Not gonna happen. This is not that bad. Draconium is going to be a problem. How do you get draconium? Void ore miner tier 6. It's fine, we figure out when we get there. For the moment, I'm just really happy that we're getting some resources. Oh, and by the way, as a reward for getting literite crystals, we got a few options. I took the mica. Just in case some of you might wonder where did I get mica later on. Although this is the garbage one, once we update it, we can use the mica for some modifiers. Talking about garbage, I just remembered something very important. We don't need this lens, come on. How do you break it? Jerk. Ooh, Osgo glass. What? Can't I just break you? It's fine, it's cheap, we can just break it. What we want to do is to get erodium crystals, and that requires a magenta lens. You can search here. Didn't know that. Anyways, here is the magenta lens. Work. Although this causes a bit of a problem because I was checking and we do need a ton of thorium in order to operate our reactors, correct? Ore miners don't give it to you. You need a laser. So I don't really know what to do, but yeah, that is a problem. Of course, there is one thing that I can do. We're going to upgrade our hammer because I did miss one part. This is copper binder. Whenever you're harvesting something, it should give you some experience. This is why I have 151 levels. The hammer is unbreakable, so the durability is not very important. We just upgrade it and go and get some endstone, I guess. And maybe for the moment, we're not gonna operate the one which is going to give us gems. We just get thorium. That's not thorium. Thorium comes from netherrack. Anyways, that is a sign that I'm extremely tired, so I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye. No, sorry, before I forget, we have a few names. Mr. Ice Moss, come on. That can't be your skin, is it? Maybe it is. Well, Blob is still loaded, so I'm assuming it is. Mr. Nishu? Okay, there is something wrong. Oh no, it works. Lovely. Head of metal? Lovely. And there was a request. We add a Mr. Tree who has been folded. Come on. Lovely. Did you know those are not his eyebrows? They were supposed to be his eyes. Anyways, bye bye.